championship game this afternoon. It was Schulzburg 63-58 over Spring Valley. And then in our second game this afternoon, Cuba City held on to beat Phillips 50-48. Coming up tonight, our next game, the Division II championship, will pit Wilmot against Monroe, and then in our nightcap, the Division I championship, it'll be Milwaukee King against Wauwatosa East. Now, Monroe beat Holman to get to our Division II championship game, and we all know, Chris Roth and Pat Hammond, how Wilmot got here.
That's right, Jim. Everybody talking about that last-second shot that Chris Trottier threw in with his right hand, and what a finish it was. But you know, Coach, this is not a team built on luck alone.
No, they're not, Chris. They have 3 players averaging in double figures. They're undefeated, ranked #1 in the state, and of course, they're 26-0.
Now, on the other side of the coin, the Cheesemakers have won 9 straight ball games. They put a couple ranked teams in their pocket, and they are starting to make believers out of a lot of people.
Well, they're the Cinderella team right now, and they lost their first 4 basketball games, and since then they've been 18-4 and have beaten 3 ranked teams, and now they get the shot at the #1 ranked team in the state.
It should be a lot of fun, Jim. Now, Wilmot's been here one time before, and they won it all, so we'll see if they can do it again.
Okay, it's the Panthers against the Cheesemakers. Pat and Chris will be back with the starting lineups in just a minute. After these words from our state sponsors, this is your WIAA network station.
4 champions tonight. We are just about ready now for the Division II semifinal game between the Monroe Cheesemakers and the Wilmot Panthers. And you want to know how the Panthers got here 25-0? We'll take you back yesterday against Kimberly. The free throws here give Kimberly a 1-point lead. Now watch the clock and watch the ball. Chris Trottier able to get himself to about the 3-point line, and then nothing but net. Just like they practice at the gym at home in Wilmot, and the Panthers stayed perfect, 26-0 in the most dramatic of fashions, and they make it to the finals. We are set to meet our participants in tonight's game, and to get the starting lineups, let's go to PA announcer Jack Rain.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the championship round of the 76th annual WIAA State High School Basketball Tournament. For the 1991 Division II State Championship, representing the Badger Conference, the Cheesemakers of Monroe. Their opponents, representing the Southern Lakes Conference, the Wilmot Panthers. For Monroe at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 25, Joe Degnan. For Wilmot at forward, a 6'2" senior, number 50, Greg Pozowitz. For Monroe, a 6' senior, number 43, Rob Neuenschwander. For Wilmot, a 6'2" sophomore, number 30, Adam Cooper. In the middle, for Monroe, a 6'4" junior, number 41, Eric Ayan. For Wilmot, a 5'10" senior, number 22, Jeff Davis. The guards, for Monroe, a 5'11" senior, number 23, Chris Larson. For Wilmot, a 6' senior, number 34, Chris Trottier. For Monroe, a 5'8" freshman, number 11, Brett Davis. And for Wilmot, a 6'2" senior, number 20, Luke Regal. Concluding his second year as coach of the Monroe Cheesemakers, Bill Dean. And his assistants, Dale Bubid and Jim Tostrud. Concluding his 18th season as the coach of the Wilmot Panthers, Tom Regal, and his assistant, Mike Perry. The officials for the Division II State Championship game, assigned by the WIAA, are John Renault and Jim Martin.
All right, Coach Pat Hammond, this should be a good one. We have one change, however, in the starting lineup for the Wilmot Panthers. Adam Cooper is starting, and Chris Ward will go to the bench, and the coach looking for something extra off the bench, isn't he?
Well, he sort of thought that it might be a little better outside shooter coming off the bench, and that's where the change for the lineup is.
We thought at first it might be for defensive purposes because you got to stop Joe Dignan if you're going to stop the Cheesemakers. They're going to go man-to-man, and that responsibility will fall on number 22 for Wilmot, Jeff Davis. So that's one matchup you want to watch.
Davis hands full.
Eric Ayen has the tip, and Chris Larson to the hoop.
Just got a little bit too far under and didn't quite get it up there.
This is Luke Riegel, the coach's son, with the ball. Coming out to help out the man of the hour last night and well into the day, Chris Trottier.
Monroe's in a man-to-man to start the game. Very aggressive man-to-man.
This is Davis. Rebound inside. Riegel had it, and he is fouled by Rob Neuenschwander. Tom Riegel in his 18th year at Wilmot. His counterpart, Phil Dean, just in his second year with the Cheesemakers. What a job he's done. They were a miserable 4-18 last year.
I know, a tremendous turnaround, and you have to give them a lot of credit because they also started 0-4 this year.
First point of the game comes from the charity stripe, courtesy of Luke Riegel.
Of course, Luke's their coach's son, and he's shooting 76 from the free throw line for the season, and got a very nice looking shot.
Had 15 points and 8 rebounds yesterday in the win over Kimberly.
Full court pressure, aerial trap.
Cheesemakers handled it well yesterday when the Holman Vikings tried to trap them, and they do okay today. This is Chris Larson, and there he is, Joe Dignan, the leading scorer. 26 points yesterday against the Holman Vikings.
And Wilmot opens up in a man-to-man.
Dignan shakes loose, tries the reverse. It's no good, and ripped out of there by Chris Trottier. We're going to have a jump ball, however. Dignan able to get back in there, but it'll go to the Panthers.
We'll see what Monroe does now as far as full court. They may come back. Looks like both teams are going to open up the full court man-to-man pressure here.
Jeff Davis, he runs the show for the Panthers. 5'10" senior, averaging 14 points a game. Had a good floor game yesterday. Didn't score much, but he had a good floor game. And this guy had a great game yesterday and starts off 1 for 1.
Yeah, made a nice move in the baseline, went up strong, and made about a nice little 6-8-foot jump shot.
Quick hands by Trottier, but he doesn't get the call he would like.
Now, and Dignan has to come meet the pass a little bit better. He kind of stepped back and he stepped in front of him, and they're fortunate to still have the ball out of bounds.
This is little Brett Davis, the 5'8" freshman for the Cheesemakers, but he played awfully big yesterday. Dignan, pretty move with the left hand.
That's right. They ran a little flex cut, or a little swing cut, as they call it. Monroe off the baseline and got the ball in the blocks and put it in.
So the Cheesemakers are off the mark. It's a 4-2 Panther lead. This is Luke Riegel looking for room. Brett Davis with the reach-in foul.
Nice move to the basket right here, and he's kind of reached in and got it.
Riegel with a nice move, and Davis got him.
Yeah, that's going to be a good matchup too tonight between Brett Davis, being a freshman, and Jeff Davis being a senior. Both have the same last name, and there's a big difference in the freshman and senior.
Not much difference in height, though. 5'8", 5'10". There they are, down in the corner. Kicked out to Trottier. That's his spot, but he does it a little more conventionally this time.
Nice looking shot. Got his good legs into it, got great lift, and knocked the three-point shot down.
2 for 2. Can Dignan answer? You bet.
Well, that took 5 seconds.
Joe Dignan. What a sensational player he is. Riegel inside. It won't go. Battled out of bounds. The Panthers will keep it.
Both teams very aggressive going to the boards right now. Well, and just went off the hands.
Tom Riegel looking on. He's been here one other time, as we mentioned, 1984. They won the Class B title. Trying to go 2 for 2, and Chris Trottier was 2 for 2, but he misses that shot. He'll reset. Riegel. And he cheated a little bit.
Yep, he didn't quite get the ball on the floor quick enough. He moved his feet first, and did a little bit of a zone that time, and put the ball on the floor, but let's do a little sooner.
Don't see any nervousness. That was just a matter of being aggressive, but both teams are very calm and cool in this state championship final.
Well, it makes a big difference coming back if you're the second time, you've been on the floor.
Dignan looking for help. Davis comes to help out. Neuenschwander. Haven't found Eric Ayen. He was very successful early yesterday against the Vikings.
Very nice job on the boards from him. Excellent rebounder from Monroe.
Eric Ain owned the middle yesterday. Has yet to touch the ball. Dignan. Quick hands by Luke Riegel.
Right, a nice patience there by Monroe, and they had the drive, went to the basket, and knocked it out of bounds.
Jamie Caro now into the game, a 6'4" junior.
Looks like Wilmot's going to be a little man-to-man out of bounds play here.
Brett Davis. Got to stay on him. He can shoot it. Here's Ain. And why not?
Nice pass in the blocks, turnaround jump shot, used the backboard very nicely and put it in.
Chris Trotter bringing the ball up across the timeline, trying to find Davis to come help him out, but it's Luke Riegel. That's Greg Pazowitz. We got something happening off the ball, an offensive foul on Trotter.
I think we got a little illegal screen on the other side, like a moving pick, and he wasn't quite set.
That's our first foul of the ball game. We're under 5 minutes to go.
Wilmot's again in the full court press, like they try and speed the action up here.
Rather, the first foul on Wilmot, excuse me. 6-6 ball game.
Jeff Davis gonna have his hands full here with 25 with Dignan.
Everybody's going to have their hands full with number 25. This is Larson. Just a bit short. Here come the Panthers. Trotter looking for room. He'll kick it out to Davis. No room to fire. Long skip pass to Pazowitz. Here comes Davis. He's short, but look at Luke Riegel.
That was a good defense set by Monroe. It just said they got the shot, they failed to block out, and he got the rebound, and nice play by Riegel. Good hustle.
Riegel and Trotter have scored all of the Panther points, but Eric Ain ties it up at 8 with his second basket in 2 tries.
Maybe he does a nice job inside from Monroe. Chris, very nice job.
Dan Bardoff is into the game for the Cheesemakers, and he helps force a turnover there. Now Brett Davis into the game, along with Greg Markham. Checking out is Larson and Neuenschwander. And for the Panthers, we've got Chris Ward, who had been starting, but they'll bring him off the bench. And some more punch, and look at the Panthers steal the ball. Trotter off the backboard, but inside rebound. Carroll can't go. And there's Chris Ward. That's what they wanted, off the bench.
That's right. Nice job in the backboard there. Got a couple of second, third shots and put it in.
It's a 2-point Panther lead in the first quarter. Dignan will go to the line. Trotter has picked up his second foul. That's not good news for Panther fans.
No, it's all early. 3:35 left in the first quarter. Now he's got 2.
Dignan loading it up from outside, and he'll shoot from anywhere, and you got to be ready, and Trotter wasn't.
Looks like he got him on the wrist there a little bit, Chris.
Trotter will sit down, and Corky McKay comes in.
We've had a lot of substitutes here right now, early part of the first quarter, but it's been a pretty fast-paced basketball game up and down, and they need a little breather here.
Saw the Cheesemaker bench signaling the defense they want off a made free throw, but Dignan misses the first. Gets the second to go, cutting the margin to 1.
Good man-to-man defense by Monroe here. Wilmot's running their motion offense. A lot of screens.
Davis. Jeff Davis's first 2 points of the ball game, and it's 12-9 Wilmot. With 3 minutes to go. A very well played first quarter, Coach.
Very well played. Very well played. And Davis is a great defensive stance. His legs are bent, his butt's down, and hands are active, and he's got to keep it up tonight.
Ain throws it away. He thought Dignan was moving to his left. It's a turnover. Chris Larson into the game, and Bardoff will sit down.
In the pressure defense that time by Wilmot. They overplayed the passing lane, and then he threw it out of bounds.
Brett Davis on Jeff Davis. This is Ward. Inside to Carroll, knocked away. Ward has it back. Jeff Davis thinks about it. Over to McKay. He'll load it up for 3. Cheesemakers coming back. Dignan working against McKay and everybody else.
You know, there's where he's so tough. There's a chance to show this again, but he's got the hesitation dribble, and he gets you stopping. And you can see he hesitates, and then boom. That first and second step are so quick.
Could have called it on a couple of guys, but it's Chris Ward who will pick up the foul, his first. Dignan back to the line, and as you might expect, a good free throw shooter, 73%.
Well, you know, he's such a tough basketball player because he's a good free throw shooter. He's a great driver. He can shoot the outside shot, and he made some dandy passes yesterday. Look one way and throw the other way, and so, like you said, Jeff Davis has his hands full.
The Holman Vikings tried everything against that guy, and nothing worked. We're going to take a timeout. 2:36 left in the first quarter. Wilmot with a 1-point lead. Our tournament action continues after these messages from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance Companies and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Point lead over the Monroe Cheesemakers. Field goal shooting. Monroe, fewer shots, but they're making quite a bit. Wilmot has more shots, and you think, Coach, they might have even more than that because of their rebounding advantage.
Well, the rebound is unbelievable. We have Wilmot for 9 right now, Monroe for 1, and we have a 1-point basketball game.
6 of those rebounds for the Panthers have come on the offensive end.
Now we'll see Monroe in a little combination defense. Now the guards can play man-to-man, and just call it a triangle and 2, with 25 and 41 playing his own inside.
Inside to Ward, working against Dayan, or Neuenschwander, and he gets the basket to go.
Nice little move on the inside, and went up. Shot nice a 4-footer and put it in.
So they bring Chris Ward off the bench for some offense, and he's responded. He's got 4 points already. That ball is kicked, so they'll reset it. Here's Brett Davis, a 5'8" freshman, 13 points and 6 rebounds yesterday in the win over the Holman Vikings. And he made a couple fantastic plays right in a row. Look at the great pass. Nobody ready for it. Davis tries to pick it up, but they reject him. And here comes Carroll.
That's where a simple case for your defense created your offense. A nice block and flipped it down for a layup the other end.
There's one thing about Dignan. His passes come from sometimes nowhere, and nobody's ready for him. And that's what happened that time. Biggest lead of the game for the Panthers, 16-11. Inside of 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Neuenschwander out high to Larson. There's Dignan. Double team on him. Long skip pass to Larson. They'll have to knock these down.
Oh, he does. You know, did a nice job of swinging the ball right side, left side. He skipped the ball and 3-point play, and now we're back to a 2-point game.
That's the best way to beat a double team, isn't it?
That's right, especially the guys that's got great court vision.
Regal tries to answer. No good. Look at Davis scrapping. But scrapping too much. His second foul.
That could hurt them. They have 2 fouls on him now with 1:06 left in the first quarter here.
Our WIAA State Tournament action brought to you exclusively by the Dairy Farm Families of Wisconsin. We'll remind you that milk is the official beverage of the WIAA game. The Panthers, the trigger from the baseline, Greg Pazowitz. Davis. Inside.
Great pass. Great pass.
Greg Pazowitz gets his first 2 points, and he can give a lot of the thanks to Jeff Davis. Dignan. Here's Neuenschwander. That's Brian Davis, Brett's older brother. He's a junior. He's into the game for his little brother. Larson.
We see right now is they're doing a nice job of running their motion offense, and we may have an illegal screen coming up here. I don't think he was set moving screen.
That's on Brian Davis, his first foul. Third turnover for Coach Bill Dean. He stares a 4-point deficit with 26 seconds left in the first quarter.
We'll probably see Wilmot here going up for 1 shot now.
Luke Regal, their leading scorer, comes out to get it. Chris Larson just misses a steal, and it's a turnover.
You know, that was caused by a nice quick double team here on the basketball, and he threw it away, and he traveled before he, again, moved his feet before he put the ball on the floor and traveled.
So the Cheesemakers will get it with 6 seconds to go, and you give it to this guy, Dignan. 3, 2. And as time expired, Jeff Davis gets Dignan on the arm, and he will shoot 2 free throws before we go away. The clock reads 0, but Joe Dignan will get a chance to shoot 2 free throws. Jeff Davis picks up his first foul, so he can cut the Wilmot lead to 2 here right before we go to the break.
You know what he did there, Jay? Again, we talked about it last night. He's left-handed, and there's such a difference coming down guarding left-hander, plus he's 6'2", and he gets up in the air very nice.
There they are. So with no time on the clock, Joe Dignan brings his team within 2 at the end of the first quarter. The Wilmot Panthers with a 2-point lead. Our action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages from your local stations. This is your Monroe. First quarter statistics now, everything about even except that glaring discrepancy in rebounds, Coach.
Well, 11 rebounds from Wilmot, 1 from Monroe, and it's just unbelievable. Monroe's lucky. It's still a 2-point basketball game.
Now, the Cheesemakers yesterday had a 12-board advantage over a bigger Holman Viking squad. So if they're going to be successful, they got to get on the boards, and here's another foul on Jeff Davis trying to guard Dignan.
You know what he did? He took him down low in the blocks area in the post, and he posted him up and
tried to move him out a little bit.
Nice pass. He jumped up in the air and simply pretty hard there for Brett Davis to guard him. Excuse me, check that, Jeff Davis.
So Dignan back to the line. He's got 10 points. He had 26 yesterday, and Luke, Coach Tom Riegel saying, how am I going to stop this guy?
Well, it's amazing. We talked about driving. We talked about 3-point shots. And now he took the ball and he pulls it up on in the low post area.
Corky McKay had it knocked out of bounds. And Wilmot avoids a turnover as they are now down by 1 point. Or their lead is down to 1 point. 18-17. Dignan good on 1 out of 2.
Monroe back in the man-to-man defense. And another thing now, you see Brett Davis is back in the basketball game with 2 fouls.
Jeff Davis doesn't let the fouls bother him. He gets it inside to Chris Ward, who has yet to miss from the field. He's 3 for 3, and the lead back to 3. Brett Davis back into the game for the Cheesemakers. Eric Ahan hasn't missed. He's 2 for 2, the big center for the Cheesemakers, but they're having trouble getting him the ball. They'll try it this time. Stripped from the backside by Greg Pazowitz.
Nice defensive help that time.
Jeff Davis passes it off to Joe Dignan. That doesn't work very well.
Nobody's really open that time coming down. He was looking, he had his head going all over the place, but didn't find anybody open.
Chris Larson trapped in the wrong spot, but he finds Neuenschwander. He misses. Ahan too hard. And the Panthers have an advantage. McKay. Back again. First 2 points of the game for Corky McKay, and it's a 22-17 lead for the Panthers. Rock and roll, they call.
Yeah, that's what he said. That's where they put both guys on the elbow up front, and they're going to screen and roll for Dignan, and either shoot it or...
That's going to be Greg Pazowitz with the blocking foul as he couldn't beat Dignan to the spot.
You'll see both guys in the free throw line. They set the screen and roll, and it goes to the basket. No, 50 wasn't set.
The Cheesemakers in the bonus, so Dignan to the line. They call that play rock and roll, where they set a couple series of picks for Dignan to find his way to get his shot off.
And if he's covered, what he'll do is hit the man that rolls to the basket. The guys are up at the elbow.
Dignan misses his 2nd straight free throw, and on the rebound, we've got a foul on Mike Martin, a 6'2 junior who's come in for Coach Bill Dean. So we'll walk it back down the other way to shoot some bonus.
I don't think that's happened, I don't think, in the tournament where Dignan's missed 2 free throws in a row.
Well, they only shot 50% yesterday from the line, the Cheesemakers did, and that's how, one of the reasons the Holman Vikings were able to cut into that big 16-point deficit and make it a game towards the end.
That's true. Free throws have not been shot very well the whole tournament. I'm sort of surprised. And we saw this afternoon even in Cuba City when they were like 10 for 25.
So this is Chris Ward. He's got 6 points working. And he'll stay at 6.
Another missed free throw.
What do they say, Coach? Free throws win championships? Is that how that works?
That's right. And one thing about free throws, they're sort of contagious. If you make a lot of them, everybody seems to make them. When you start to miss, everybody seems to miss them.
Rob Neuenschwander called from a foul as he tried to tap the ball away from Luke Riegel, who was streaking towards the basket.
It's like both teams now getting a little out of sync here right now. We had a pretty well played first quarter. This first 2 minutes of the second quarter here now is pretty sloppy, a lot of fouls, and neither team's in the sync right now, I don't think.
2 fouls on Neuenschwander, and Luke Riegel, the coach's son, he is short. Well, now the Cheesemakers are calling their DeForest lineup, and they denote that by a pine tree. That's named for one of the schools in their conference, and that, too, is a series of picks for Joe Dignan. It doesn't work that time.
Now, that time, I think he should have shot it. That time, he had a nice move, and he kind of overpassed there.
They run that offense when their big fellas are in the game, and Dignan can kind of pick his spots. Riegel's open. He misfires again. Dignan with a rebound.
He's all over the place, isn't he? He's all over the place. Another rock and roll play here.
Inside pass, batted away. The Panthers with a steal, and we're still stuck on 22-17.
Good defense that time by Wilmot. They've seen that a couple times now, and they pretty well have that defense.
McKay, guarded by Dignan. This is Pasowitz, and that wasn't even close to being...
Now, he was sort of guarded. He was going to pass, and his defensive man went to the side, and he was open, and he went to the floor. He traveled.
There wasn't even anybody around him. He couldn't hide from this Fieldhouse crowd, not with that one.
We talked about the first couple minutes. We've got another complete minute now where nobody's scored here. Now they're back running their regular offense now, the little basic swing offense. And screen for Dignan. Nice move to the baseline, pulls up, and again, he goes left, and he goes up left-handed, and makes it doubly tough to stop.
12 points for Joe Dignan. 22-19. Corky McKay working against Dignan. Batted away. Dignan coming out. The turnover. Neuenschwander keeps it from being a breakaway. Dignan hit the deck hard. He'll come out for a blow now, and Brian Davis back into the game.
I believe that's his first rest. You know, he needs a rest. He's working offensively, defensively, rebounding.
Eric Ahan, quick hands on the inbound pass, and the Cheesemakers looking to run. Nice bounce pass to Brian Davis.
Nice pass, great pass for a freshman. Nice little bounce pass, let's do a layup.
4 in a row for the Cheesemakers. It's now a 1-point Wilmot lead. Brian Davis, his first 2 points, and we're going to have a foul, I believe, on Davis. He picked up number 2 as he tried to guard Luke Riegel. Davis just picked up a foul, but he picked up a basket courtesy of Mr. Larson.
Great bounce pass. Took it to the right, bounce pass to the left, and fill the lane. And that'll help, too, with Brian to get a chance to score. He'll relax a little bit now coming off the bench. And
Dignan back into the lineup. He sat down for all of about 10 seconds, Coach?
Something like that. But somebody just a chance to catch his breath. You know, they're back within 1 point now, and they were stuck on 17 for a while.
We get our first free throw in a while to drop.
That's right. Riegel's a 76% free throw shooter, and he's got great form and bends his legs well and follows through. And
6 points now for Luke Riegel. And the Cheesemakers will work against a little pressure. Near steal by Pasowitz. That leaves Neuenschwander open. Short.
And a nice house. That ball was kept alive there by Brian Davis.
For 3, and he's way short. Here comes Riegel. Gives it up to Davis.
Great assist. Great assist.
And the lead is back to 5. Just like that.
Wilmot's going a little trapping type of defense and now sort of gambling a little bit, and it says Monroe a little shook there.
There's another ball batted around, and Jeff Davis comes down with it. The Panthers are disrupting the Cheesemakers offense, and they're looking to exploit it once again. Davis is open for 3. Dignan's had enough of that.
Yep. And who gets the rebound? Mr. Dignan. Here comes another set play now by Monroe.
He's got Dignan down in the post. Now he'll bump out. Larson way outside.
Well, has a nice set play, 3 points, and we're back to a 2-point basketball game.
Oh, what a help Chris Larson will be if he can continue to knock it down from the outside. He's got 2 3-pointers in this game. It's now a 2-point Wilmot lead.
I will fall on the baseline. Didn't have good positioning there. He didn't quite get his feet set. I think that's about 2 or 3 fouls on Wilson Wander.
3 fouls on Rob Neuenschwander. He'll sit down along with Joe Dignan, Dan Fardoff, and Greg Markham into the game for the Cheesemakers.
Pretty fast pace there, Chris, for about 2 minutes, up and down, and they kind of need a little rest here.
Pazowitz knocks home the first free throw. 3 points for him. 6'2" senior, averages 6 points a game. Had just 3 yesterday, but contributed 5 rebounds.
It'll be interesting to see if Wilmot comes a little full-court pressure now with a couple of these regular players out of the game.
Going to have a jump ball here. The Panthers will keep it. Chris Ward into the game. Pazowitz to the bench. Bill Dean looking on. This is Davis. Out to Ward, over to McKay. Oh my, what a pretty move by Corky McKay.
Nice move, down the lane and shot a little running one-hander, and nice move.
That'll give the Cheesemakers something else to worry about.
You see Monroe keep the basketball pretty much right now in Chris Larson's hand.
There is Larson way down on the baseline, blocked by Jamie Caro, but they couldn't control it. Dignan back into the game.
I wrote it down. He was out for 35 seconds, but there was a couple of free throw and a dead ball. So you got about a minute and a half rest altogether.
You can bet Chris Larson won't be down long either. They got to get it in. They just barely beat it, and Brett Davis misses, but he gets the rebound back. Oh, super pass. Fardoff, can he hold on to it? Nope.
Nice idea, but a little hard to handle there.
1:30 to go until halftime, and coming your way on the York halftime report, Jim Socha will have a story of a football coach making a remarkable recovery. That's on the York halftime report. Back to live action. The Cheesemakers trying to bust out. And Luke Regal single-handedly breaks up a 1-on-3, and then he is fouled.
That's right. They had the numbers, and they just didn't convert on the other end. Nice defensive play by Regal.
The Cheesemakers are out of sync.
Yes, they are right now. About a minute 22. This next possession down the floor will be critical for Monroe because it makes these free throws will be 31 to 24. And you got to be sure you don't get down too many by half. They're going to kind of hang in there, I think, in that 5 to 7 point range right now.
Joe Dignan has just picked up his first foul and another missed free throw. And Eric Ayen, who has been really surprisingly quiet, Coach.
Yes, he has offensively. Done a pretty nice job on the boards, but he hasn't been a force like he was yesterday. But then again, we have to give credit to the people inside for Wilmot.
Working against a bigger team than he was yesterday. Larson, that one won't go.
Nice block out that time in Wilmot. Anytime you see a missed ball, missed shot hit the floor, you know everybody blocked out.
Chris Ward moves around traffic and scores again.
They got some good size in there right now. They're a little bigger than Monroe, and it's something, as you mentioned, Holman didn't have yesterday.
8 points for Chris Ward off the bench. That's his average. Nobody home for Dignan's pass. It's another turnover.
Trying to force that one a little bit. I think maybe he might be trying to do a little bit too much right now. And we have a 7-point deficit here with about 30 seconds to go.
Will they work for one?
I think so. Unless something breaks loose underneath, they'll run their motion in about 10 seconds. I think they'll go to a set play.
So the Panthers looking to extend here before halftime. 12 seconds now. Davis will start the offense. Regal from way outside. Can Chris Ward clean it? Couldn't get it to go, but he'll go to the line with 2 seconds left.
Played awful good defense that stretch, but they failed to block out. And it's a little short, I believe.
It's a little far out of Luke's range.
Yep. In the simple case where they forgot to block out right there, it could have been 7. Now it could be a 9-point deficit by halftime here.
So Chris Ward, remember, they wanted him off the bench for offense, and I guess you could say he's responded.
He has responded. Again, the height now advantage has gone to Wilmot.
Biggest lead of the game for the Panthers. It's at 8. Ward hoping to make it 9. The Cheesemakers will have to throw one up. So the Panthers run off the floor with a 9-point halftime lead, their biggest of the game. It's 33-24 after 1 half. Our WIAA state tournament action continues after these words from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and Menard. This is your WIAA network station. More minutes of action, and we will have our Division II champion. And right now, the Wilmot Panthers, 26-0, have a 9-point lead over the Cheesemakers of Monroe. And Coach Pat Hammond, the Cheesemakers have been thrown out of sync lately here in the second quarter.
Yes, they have. There's been about 3 minutes to about 1 minute. You know, Chris, they got going a little fast. They had some turnovers, and there are a number of times that they did not get a shot at the basket. And that hurt them. It was a 2 or 3 point basketball game, and now it's up to 9.
And right now, you'd have to say Coach Tom Rigo of Wilmot has done a great job because he wanted Chris Ward off the bench for offense, and he's got 10 points.
Well, I think the rebounding has been the difference right now. They're jamming up the middle, and they're forcing them to alter their shots a little bit, and consequently, I don't know what the shooting percentage are, but they have a shot as well as did yesterday.
But we'll come back later and take a look at the highlights and statistics from the first half. But right now, Jim Socha is standing by with our York halftime report.
The York halftime report is brought to you by York Heating and Air Conditioning and York Weatherman dealers throughout Wisconsin. York makes you feel good inside.
Jim Socha back at the UW Fieldhouse. Wilmot leading Monroe by 9 points at halftime. The Cheesemaker fans hoping that their team can make a big comeback in the second half. You know, we've seen several memorable comebacks in the Fieldhouse this week. We're at halftime in the Division II championship game. Wilmot leading Monroe 33-24. We've still got one more championship to decide after we take care of this one, and of course that's the Division I championship game, and it ought to be a beauty. Milwaukee King will take on Wauwatoshi East. We'll have that action a little later on. Now Chris and Pat will be back in just a minute to take a look at some first half highlights after this word from York.
Welcome back to the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse. Chris Roth along with Pat Hammond. Halftime of our Division II championship game. The Wilmot Panthers with a 9-point lead over the Monroe Cheesemakers. And they have done it in the second quarter where they've turned up the defense and turned up the offense as well, Coach.
Yes, they have. And, of course, you know, we talked about that one stretch there for a couple of minutes, and they're trying to get the ball on the floor a little quicker, and Wilmot is trying to actually have their fast break moving pretty good.
And they've kept Joe Dignan from hurting him too much. Let's take a look now at some of the first half highlights and see how this has worked out. First quarter action, and Luke Regal very active early. 6 of his points, I think, all in the first quarter.
Yes, nice rebound on the missed shot here by Davis, went right to the hoop and put it in.
The Panthers had an 11-to-1 rebounding edge in the first quarter, and that helped out quite a bit.
Now we see a nice penetration here. Looked one way in the pass. Beautiful pass to Ward for a basket here.
And they bring Chris Ward off the bench, as we talked about earlier. He had 10 points. bench scoring. Wilmot 16 and Monroe just 2.
Of course, he Dignan going to the baseline. A nice left-handed jumper going left, and he just buries the shot.
Dignan had 12 points, but he couldn't get any of his teammates working into the flow. Here the defense for the Cheesemakers, though.
That's right. Nice steal by Larson, and now we're going down the floor. And, of course, we have a nice little layup here on a bounce pass. And Brian Davis is going to take it to the basket, use the glass with the left hand, puts it in.
Cheesemakers ran off a few, closed that deficit to just 1. But you know what? The Panthers can run out, too, especially when they own the boards.
Missed shot by Dignan. Now comes a fast break outlet. All right, to Regal here. Going to come over and watch this pass. You can't watch the official.
Watch the end of the play.
Mr. Martin goes right down.
Brian Davis just takes him out. And it was Corky McKinney. He played well off the bench for Wilmot. Another guy that's chipping in some points. Had a jump shot and then watched the drive.
Nice drive here. Little one-hand running jump. Swish.
So the Panthers with a 9-point lead. First half statistics now. And the Wilmot, as you would expect, shooting much better.
That's right. You know, 52% to 42%. Free throws are pretty close. Rebounds, still 8-point difference in rebounds, but the difference in Wilmot's 0 for 6 from 3-point, and Monroe's 2 for 4, and they're going to have to step it up a little bit.
Cheesemakers with 12 turnovers, and Wilmot with just 8. Leading scorers now in the ballgame for Wilmot. It's Chris Ward off the bench. He has 10, and Luke Regal has 6. Of course, most of those in the first quarter. And then Monroe, it's Joe Dignan and Chris Larson with 2 3-pointers. But one guy they have not been able to get into the offense, Coach, we talked about it, is Eric A. in the big center at 19 points and 12 rebounds yesterday against Holman. When they went to him, he was effective, but they have not been able to get him the ball.
That's right, and that's, again, due to the Wilmot defense on the inside. He's averaging 11 points per game. That's going to be a big key, I think, for Monroe the second half. Ian's going to have to start scoring a little bit more, and I think they try and get the ball to him, and that'll be a big difference. They're down 9. They can get it to about 4 or 5 starting the fourth quarter. They'll be in good shape.
Another guy that's been absent for the Cheesemakers, Brett Davis, a freshman who had that super game yesterday with 13 points and 8 in a hurry, and they could use something like that right now.
That's right. He had 8 straight in that one stretch, but he's a freshman, and you know, he got in foul trouble. He had 2 right away, and I think he lost some of his aggressiveness, but I think you'll see him settle down in the second half.
Interesting enough, Coach Regal yesterday said his team wasn't tested, but of course he was tested yesterday in that win. Well, our action will continue after these messages from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station. Just about set now for the third quarter of our Division II championship. Of course, the Division I championship coming your way. Wauwatosa East and Milwaukee King will follow this one, but right now the Cheesemakers and the Panthers have a score to settle. And right now, Wilmot on top by a score of 33 to 24.
Monroe gets the ball to start the second half here now, and it'll be interesting. I think we'll probably see Wilmot come out, and well, it looks like a little zone here. Try and change the tempo a little bit. Yep, 1-3-1 zone by Wilmot.
Coach Tom Regal throwing a different look as the Cheesemakers who need to come out with some points. But Davis woefully short on a 3-point attempt. Trottier, who sat down for much of that first half with foul trouble, back in the game, but it's Greg Pazowitz with the basket.
That was called a penetration, a great penetration by Davis, and it passed off the baseline and 2 points.
Trottier, of course, had been sitting down for quite some time.
And now they're back in a man-to-man. They just showed the 1-3-1 zone, I think, to start the second half, and now they're back in a man.
It's an 11-point lead for Wilmot, the largest of the game. Dignan will try and answer. He is fouled. Luke Regal went down hard.
Again, he used that move to the baseline. It's so difficult. He drives with his right hand to the baseline and goes up and shoots it left-handed.
Let's take another look at how Luke Regal got tangled up. Ooh, boy, that's smart.
Yeah, they've got it right in the knee. I think you'll be all right, Joe.
He definitely got Joe Dignan's knee. Dignan misses again. He's struggling from the line.
Yeah, I think that's at least his 3rd miss in a row, or 3 out of 4 he's missed now.
He's got 12 points. Make it 13. That'll help him. Lead down to 10. Jeff Davis getting the Panthers in their offense quickly. Trottier breaks loose. He is fouled by Eric Ian.
It was a man-to-man that time, and not very good defense on the inside, and they bounced past the block and fouled him.
Chris Trottier picked up those 2 first-quarter fouls, sat down for the rest of the half. He's got 4 points. Of course, he was the hero yesterday.
Yes, he was. And again, he's been limited by foul trouble, too, as well as little Brett Davis from Monroe.
Monroe needs a run. It's a 12-point Panther lead. The biggest lead of the game. They keep pushing it out.
Full-court zone pressure. A little 1-2, 1-1, and they do a nice job of getting the ball in the middle of the floor, bounce pass, basket.
And from the middle of the floor, Joe Dignan can find anybody, and that time he finds Eric Ayen, and as we said, they're going to need him. Dignan can't do it alone.
No, he's got to get some more balanced scoring here.
That may have picked up the intensity for the Cheesemakers. Trottier misses on the 3, and Jamie Carroll is called for the foul as Eric Ayen, rejuvenated after that basket, had position. Let's take a look. Ayen carves out his spot.
Yeah, nice block out by Ayen, and he just pushed him on the side, and a good call. Good call.
The Cheesemakers down 10 to Wilmot. Dignan looking to find somebody or take it himself. There's Ayen. Short off the iron, and a foul on Neuenschwander. 4 fouls on the starting forward. And then he will come to the bench. Greg Markham replaces Neuenschwander, who has struggled against the taller front line of the Panthers.
Yep. He's only 6 feet tall. He's a hard worker, but again, he's got a slight height disadvantage there.
He's a senior. Doesn't want his season to end. Will one way or the other tonight. Chris Trottier pushes that lead back to 12.
Well, Trottier, you know, the second leading scorer, I believe he's averaging a little over 14 points a ball game. Got the ball down the blocks and posted up well and made the shot.
Tom Riegel watches his son Luke pick up a foul, and Cheesemakers will try the inbounds again. This time, no pressure.
Now they're back to changing their defense. Now they're back to a 1-3-1 zone now from a man-to-man.
Six minutes to go here in the third quarter. Ayen inside.
They got the ball to him that time. He did a nice job inside of using the glass inside, which a lot of kids don't use, but he does a nice job of that.
He's very good at getting his position, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He works hard for that time, and it was a nice pass by the player.
Joe Dignan picks up his second foul as Chris Trottier tries to drive to the basket. Coach Bill Dean in his second year has done a great job with his Cheesemaker team. The community used to successful football teams, but I think Bill Dean's trying to say, hey, we can play some basketball too.
Well, you got to give him a lot of credit, you know, being here in the state championship. And we talked about it yesterday. A lot of these players in the state football championship and cross country, like 12 of the 14 were involved.
Dignan, a clutch jumper. And when I say clutch, I say double clutch.
That's a nice double pump, and it gets it back with an 8.
Backdoor cut, Jeff Davis, nicely done.
Yeah, there's a simple case where the freshman kind of got screened on the backside and made a little mistake there. A nice pass by Wilmot.
Big credit to Jamie Carroll for seeing the open man. A nice pass inside to Davis. It's back to 10. Dignan finds an opening. Short.
Gonna hustle back now. Wilmot wants to run.
Nice move. Riegel, dish off, knocked back to Riegel, and he scored.
Things are going Wilmot's way now, I'll tell you. Passed it, got deflected, came back to him, and he knocked the shot down.
Yeah, he's in better position to shoot that time, so why not? 8 points for Luke Riegel. The lead goes back to 12. Nice pass to Markham. In and out. Markham hustling back for it. It's blocked by Carroll and out of bounds to the Cheesemakers.
Good hustle on both teams. Good hustle.
Markham to trigger the inbounds from the baseline.
One thing about Markham and the statistics that we got from Monroe, he's only 2 rebounds less, all right, the new Schwander, so that makes a difference. At least help him on the boards a little bit.
Ayan trying to carve out some position, and foul coming across the middle by Chris Trottier, and that's 3 fouls on him. So yesterday's hero been limited by some foul trouble today.
Well, they just signaled to the coach that the coach is going to take him out. He said he's okay. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to keep playing. I have 3, so.
He's aware of his foul difficulties, but he wants to play. And Coach Rigo will leave him in, and Eric Ayan to the line, 67% free throw shooter.
Again, he didn't get very good bend in his legs. So you got to take a little more time, get a little more dip in the legs, and follow through.
Big fella has 8 points, 19 points, and 12 rebounds yesterday.
Came back and got the second one. They need him to score, and inside it takes some of the pressure off of Dignan. In fact, they'll open up a little more if he can score on the inside.
They'll also need his rebounding now without Neuenschwander. He's going to be the main man. Markham can help out, but it's going to be Ayan to box out those big guys. And here comes one of them, Carroll.
That was a great pass set up by Jeff Davis. He just snapped that ball. Nice, sharp, crisp pass. Led to an easy basket.
The 13-point lead and a foul on Chris Larson's drive. He'll go to the hoop. 13 points, the biggest of the game for the Panthers, and 3 fouls on Jeff Davis. Well, the screen out by Dignan sent Davis flying, and while he was flying, he must have got him.
He's off the screen there a little bit. Jeff Davis done really a nice job on Joe Dignan. We have to give him credit. He's working very hard, and he's tired right now, and needs a little rest.
Creating very well for his teammates. He'll go sit down with his 3 fouls, and Corky McKay back into the lineup.
Plus, Trottier's got 3 fouls now, too, so you got to be careful with about 4, actually 3:47 left to go. Both their guards have 3 fouls apiece, and one of them get 4. It'll be interesting.
Maybe they'll start running some plays and try and send somebody at him, trying to pick up that 4th foul to get him out of the game. At least for a period of time.
Oh, Wilmot may go to a zone, too, if we get a little foul trouble.
12-point lead, 45-33, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. The undefeated Wilmot Panthers looking for a 2nd state championship. They won it in 1984.
They tried to beat a very fine Valders team in 1984, coached by Dick Nelson.
Back then it was Class B, now it's Division II. Davis finds Markham.
Nice pass by the freshman. You know, Monroe basically has played with 6 players all year, so Markham has a lot of playing time.
Trottier inside. Pasowitz can't get it, but there's Chris Ward blocked from behind, but a foul called on Chris Larson.
You know, Ward's 6'5", too, and he's tough to keep off the boards here.
Ward working inside. And there's Larson from behind.
Got him good.
First foul of the game on Chris Larson, and Chris Ward, who had 10 points off the bench in that first half, will try and get his first points here in the second half.
Missed the free throw here. And again, ball had a little funny rotation on that time. He looks like he'll take a little more time and sort of spinning sideways instead of a nice backspin.
Who's not a super free throw shooter, 55% on the year, so that time he gets 1 or 2, and that's about right.
Big possession here from Monroe. They're down 11 points now.
Markham trying to find something, and
there's a real battle going on inside here.
Trottier has just picked up his 4th foul, and that time they wasn't even guarding anybody with the ball.
Yeah, I think he was kind of holding on the screen a little bit, but now we get a decision. He's got 4. And now the other guard comes back in, Jeff Davis, and he's got 3.
No matter what Chris says this time, he's going to the bench.
Yep.
You're not going to play through 4 fouls, Coach.
No, it's not the Big East where you get 6. You only get 5 here.
Jimmy Stewart could be your coach on the sidelines, and you'd still come to the bench.
That's right.
Larson short on the 1-and-1, and Rigo cleans it up.
Again, Monroe now back in the little triangle and 2, where the 2 guys are playing man-to-man, the 3 guys are playing zone.
Oh, Chris Ward from the outside this time. He's got 13.
And the guy's 6'5", and you got to give up something, and he forced him outside, and he knocked it down.
And it's a 13-point lead. That equals the largest for the Panthers. Dignan for 3, short. Good hustle by Markham. Larson will load it up. That's short.
Didn't get his legs real good in that shot at all.
Cheesemaker's starting to look tired. Luke Regal, though, too much energy. Well, everybody will get a chance to rest as we'll take a break here. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Our coverage of the WIAA State Championship continues after these messages from our statewide sponsors, Cenex, Land O'Lakes, and the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. This is your WIAA Network station. Third quarter winding down, and the Panthers cranking it up, 48-35. And one of the reasons, Coach, take a look at the bench scoring statistics. The Panthers overwhelmingly out in front of that one.
Oh, a 17-point difference here, 21-4 by Wilmot, and that's made the difference right now.
2 guys, Chris Ward and Corky McKay doing most of the damage. Jamie Carroll's chipped in a couple.
This is really a big possession for Monroe. We said that before, but they have to get something out of this time down.
Jeff Davis, way outside, has picked up foul number 4, and guess where he's going?
Yep, and now it'll be interesting. That was a simple case of not moving your feet and just sort of reaching. And senior, he should know a little better than that, because now they're both on the bench with 4, and we got 1:57 left to go in this third quarter here.
Jeff Davis will take a seat with Chris Trotter, both with 4 fouls. That's what we talked about just a little while ago, if they could pick those up. But we thought they might pick them up if somebody was driving to the hole, but they picked them up way away from the ball.
Now I think we'll see some full-court pressure by Monroe, and maybe a little double team in the backcourt and make the other guys handle the basketball right now.
Adam Cooper, who started this ball game, has replaced Davis. And let's see next time the Cheesemakers have the ball, where Joe Dignan tries to take it. Time he tried to take it away from McKay, but they'll pick up a foul instead.
He was just a little late getting there. It was a good idea, but it was a little late getting there.
Row number 23, Chris Larson.
Third foul. Third foul on Joe Dignan.
Went for the steal and couldn't quite get there. It was about a step slow, and they called a foul.
Our 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships brought to you exclusively by Menards, your complete home improvement headquarters. So Corky McKay, one of those guys off the bench for the Panthers. In and out on the 1-and-1, and Cheesemakers will come back. Dan Fardoff with the ball. Chris Larson along with Brian Davis, Eric Ayen, and Greg Markham as Joe Dignan has gone to the bench, and fouls mounting for the Panthers.
They were in a man-to-man that time, and Ayen simply has better post-up position, and they kind of reach over, didn't have very good position, and they call him for the reach.
Chris Ward picks up foul number 2. So it's Eric Ayen to the line.
He's been much more assertive this half than he was the first half.
Well, that was another case of, as you said, him carving out his position, and you just can't get around a guy when he's set up like that.
No, and he's good size, too. You know, Eric's 6'4" junior, and looks like he's still growing.
Well, he'll be back in style next year for the Cheesemakers. He misses that one. He's got 10 points. And that's the margin right now for the Panthers with 1:35 left to go in the third quarter. See how the Panthers respond without their floor general. Ward.
Boy, is he having a game, I'll tell you that. Another shot from the outside. He just knocked it out about a minute and a half ago.
15 points for Chris Ward inside to Ayen. He passes it off to Bardoff, and it's blocked by Cooper. Cleared by Cooper to Regal. Uh-oh. And Bardoff took it in the chops.
Yeah. He wasn't quite set. Looked like he was going to try to reach in, and he made a move, and he's going to get a good shot to the head here.
Tried to set up position, and then Luke Regal is going one way and Bardoff the other. Regal misses the free throw, but the Panthers get it back. Paswitz slapped around, Kazowitz, nice hustle job, able to slap it off a Cheesemaker.
That's right. I'll tell you what Wilmot's done right now, too, is Rigo is handling the basketball a lot for them now, and it's taking some of the pressure off the other guards that they have, especially with the 2 seniors on the bench.
Ward, he missed. That's his first miss in 7 tries, but Craig Kazowitz there to clean it up.
They're getting great contributions from everybody.
And there's Ward down on the other end to clear the miss by Bardoff. Panthers looking at their biggest lead of the game. Cooper will try. Markham there. 34 seconds to go.
That's right. Big possession right now. If they turn on 30 seconds here, get a good shot.
Ayan inside, short. And Markham coming there, but Eric Ayan is the one with the foul.
He's just not quite getting enough arch. He made a nice move, and a lot of his shots are shorter. He made a nice move, but he's not getting his arm fully extended and following through, so consequently, he's hitting the front of the rim all the time.
Well, that's 2 fouls on Ayan, and he's going out, I believe, for the first time in the game. He'll be replaced by Mike Martin. Maybe that's why some of those jump shots are a little short.
Oh, sure. There's 22 seconds left now in the quarter, and he needs the rest of you to come back both with him and Joe Dignan in the start of the 4th quarter, because right now they're down 14.
Do the Cheesemakers have the kind of offense that can explode on you and make up a deficit like this?
I think they're going to have to get something off some turnovers, and full-court turnovers or whatever here.
And when things go wrong, they go very wrong.
That's twice now about the last 40 seconds. They just can't quite come up with the ball underneath the basket. They're on missed free throws or missed shots by Wilmot. They're simply not able to get the ball on the other end, so they're not getting many shots at the basket right now.
Lack of communication by Markham and Bardoff. And they've missed the chance to get the ball back, so the Panthers will have it. 18 seconds to go. They'll play for the last shot with a 14-point lead. This is John Ye into the game for the Panthers. Passes it off. McKay will try it. The Rainmaker short, but screened up by Chris Ward.
Oh. That's about being in the right spot in the right time.
7 out of 8 from the field for Chris Ward. How about that offense off the bench? It's a 16-point Panther lead, the biggest of the game, at the end of 3 quarters. Our action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages from your local stations. This is your WIAA Network station. Some fans taking advantage of a big Wilmot lead to go out and get some concessions as the Panthers are flexing their muscles, and nobody's muscles bigger than Chris Ward's right now.
That's right. Shot, ball, rebound it, right spot, the right time, puts it in. That one hurt.
7 out of 8 from the field for Chris Ward, and the Panthers looking for more. Brett Davis clears the rebound, and Joe Dignan back into the game, and they're going to need him, and they'll need a couple of these, and that won't go. Ayan battles for the rebound.
Stepped on the line.
So it's a turnover for the Cheesemakers, and that's our first turnover by either team here in the second half as we start the 4th quarter. So
that was amazing, because we had a lot of turnovers in the 2nd quarter and only had won the whole 3rd quarter.
Cleanly played 3rd quarter, but not the way Coach Bill Dean and his Cheesemakers would have liked it to turn out.
Both the guards are still on the bench for Wilmot here right now, both senior guards, Davis and Trottier.
And why not when you have the ball in a 16-point lead? John Ye.
That was important right there for Wilmot as they maintained. In fact, they increased the lead with both the guards on the bench.
They had a 9-point lead at the half. They moved it out to 16. And now it looks like they're running a little clock, Coach.
That's right, a little patience right now. They're trying to get, they're setting a lot of back screens and in motion, trying to get a very good shot. They have the lead. They don't have to really rush anything right now.
Now there's a turnover. Carroll couldn't hold on to it as he went through the lane. Dignan. He's fouled. 3rd quarter statistics. Look at the poor shooting for the Cheesemakers.
The Cheesemakers shooting 29% versus 53, and the rebounds 32 to 20. And that's a big difference right there. So it tells the story.
Free throw shooting not real hot for either team. Panthers shooting better from the field.
Big free throw for Dignan. He's sort of been struggling a bit from the free throw line, and they're going to try and make up some of these points while the clock is stopped here.
16 points for Joe Dignan.
Now they're in a full court press trying to double team the basketball. They're going to try and get some off the press here if they're going to get back in the game.
And they went after John Ye. He wanted a 10-second call, but he slipped away, and then we got a foul on Brett Davis.
They had a nice double team. They just couldn't quite get the basketball that time.
They thought they had him right here, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And caught for reaching there a little bit. Had a nice trap, but he got out of it. To give him credit.
They were getting close to that 10-second call. John Ye gets in the score column.
He got a nice little job for him. He came in about the last 30 seconds or so of the third quarter, and he's got a couple minutes now in the fourth quarter. He's giving him some solid play here.
With the senior Jeff Davis on the bench with 4 fouls, the other Panthers have stepped up.
That's right, and again, Luke Riegel has done a nice job of handling the basketball for them with the 2 seniors out of the game.
Davis, his first basket of the game. Here comes the pressure again.
Another trap, nice double team, just missed it.
Now the Panthers will be patient.
I think they'll take their time. Again, they got a 14-point lead and 6 minutes to go in the game. Good back screens being set by Wilmot running their motion offense and getting some good shots. And
Luke Riegel smooth from the baseline.
that's right. He's your leading scorer. He's averaging 17 a game, a 6'2" senior, and coach of the Suns. How should I say that? The coach's son.
Coach's son. There you go.
I was 0 for 3 there.
Dignan inside. 19 points for him, and they'll try and get another turnover, but the Panthers having none of that. Okay. Back outside to Riegel, and they'll wind some more clock.
They do a nice job handling Monroe's pressure, and that's what Monroe's going to have to do to get back in the ballgame. And so far, they can't really force any turnovers. Wilmot's doing a nice job of handling the pressure.
Waiting to get back in the game, Jeff Davis for the Panthers. He and his 4 fouls. The Panthers comfortably in front here with 5 minutes to go. They own a 14-point lead as they try and finish off this undefeated season in superb fashion. A Division II state championship. And he has fouled Luke Riegel. And a lot of those cheesemakers starting to grab their shorts, Coach.
That's right. It's a pretty good sign of being tired. But Wilmot's done a nice job of spreading out the floor and making them chase him.
So it'll be a timeout for the cheesemakers as they try and figure out what to do about a 14-point fourth quarter deficit. Our state tournament coverage continues after these messages from our statewide sponsors, Rural Insurance Companies and Menard. This is your WIAA network station. Fourth quarter action, the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse Division II Championship, and the Wilmot Panthers in control. And Coach Tom Riegel said coming into this tournament he was a little worried because his team hadn't been tested very often, Coach.
That's right, Chris. His closest basketball game was a 77-70 win over Delaware Deerline early in the season, up till yesterday.
Up until yesterday, and of course, when you got Chris Trotter throwing in off-balance one-handed three-pointers to win games, you don't have to worry about being tested either.
No, you can't get any closer than yesterday, I'll tell you that. But they got excellent basketball team, excellent depth, and now both senior guards are back in the ballgame. Both Trotter and Davis are back in for Wilmot.
So they'll come back with 4:49 on that last foul. Rob Neuenschwander fouled out of the game for the cheesemakers.
One thing that Wilmot has right now, especially with actually the 3 seniors, with Riegel and Davis and Trotter, they all 3 handle the basketball very well. They have a great inside-outside mix right now.
Riegel delivers his 12th point. Lead back to 16 for the Panthers.
They got to get some threes now. They got to try and knock some threes down and get back in here.
Oh, a nice dish from Dignan to Markham.
Great penetration. Dish off. We need to see some more trapping right now by Monroe here.
go for the steal and don't get it.
Again, they're spreading the offense out a little bit. They're very patient. Good back screens and cuts to the basket here. And Wilmot does an excellent job in their motion of setting back.
Ward. No call, and Ward gets another basket. 19 points.
He's had a great, great game.
6'5" junior is playing well coming off the bench. That's exactly what they wanted. We've said it so many times before, but with the bench advantage that they've had, that's the story.
That's been the story. And it's kind of amazing. We wanted to start Adam Cooper here, and all of a sudden Chris Davis scoring.
You almost have to count him as a starter. Dignan on the drive to the hole. Passed off, but was fouled, so he'll go to the line. Greg Pazowitz returns, and Jamie Carroll will go to the bench. So they keep rotating in the big threes.
That's right. That's been a big advantage for them. They definitely have a size advantage on Monroe.
Dignan strokes the first one.
He has a nice touch. Very nice touch.
He's impressed a lot of people here in the field house over 2 days. 21 points today, 26 yesterday. Super all-around floor game.
If we get a little chance, I would talk a little bit about more if we get a timeout or something about how he's grown since he's been a sophomore.
Well, he hasn't grown that much. He's grown up, but he hasn't grown out. Panthers still working clock with a 14-point lead.
I think he's going to see it spread the floor and just constantly hit back screens and go to the basket. And there's a turnover.
Bardoff doesn't see anybody, and it's way too late when he tries to get it to Dignan, but knocked away by Ayan. Dignan draws the foul, and he says, Dan, you got to get me the ball a little bit earlier.
Well, he's got the great ability to watch this again now. His great ability to draw fouls now.
Chris Ward had sealed off that lane to Dignan, but look at the hustle by Eric Ayan, and then Dignan able to hang and get the foul on Ward. That's his third.
Gets it up there almost any way he can and drew the foul again. Right? Two-shot foul here. All right, one thing about Dignan, he started since he was a sophomore, and he was 5'7", and the coach said when he was soaking wet, he might have been 90 pounds when he was soaking wet. And then, of course, he grew up a little bit. He was about 5'11" as a junior, and now he's up to 6'2". But hard to believe he started 5'7", 90 pounds as a sophomore.
Soaking wet. You saw the play called by the Monroe bench, so when they get it back, they'll run their DeForest. That's where the big guys will set some picks.
They could stop it here and get a three-point.
You can't stop Chris Ward tonight.
Can't stop that.
9 out of 10 from the field for Chris Ward, 21 points, and any comeback's going to have to stop him. Brian Davis.
Full court pressure again by Monroe.
We have a reach-in foul on Brett Davis from behind. The Cheesemakers, a couple of jackrabbits in there now. Brett O'Brien Davis. Jim Conway, number 35, who didn't see any action yesterday. He's another little road runner.
Sure, and they're trying to put pressure in the backcourt. You know, they need their quickness right now. They have to try and stop them as much as they possibly can. You might see a little offensive and defensive substitutions going on here right now. Defensive with the quickness and to get the Beard kids on the boards. And there's still 2:47 left. If they get a couple of threes and a steal, Monroe kids are great competitors, and they've been here before, so.
Free throw missed, battled for, and out of bounds, 2. Well, he corrects himself. That's what
he did a good job. The official call the color. He just pointed the wrong direction. That's nice. Nothing wrong with changing it and making it correct.
As long as you do it with authority, right? That's right. That's all you coaches can ask for.
Yes, I had Mr. Martin here a couple years ago. Officiated one of our ball games. A nice job.
Dignan.
We're back to 10. We're back to 10.
And the scrambling Cheesemakers will try and get another turnover, and they almost got one there. Oh my.
Whoops. Pretty close to a travel, and we come out of there with a foul.
Larson saw Pazowitz juggling that ball for Coach Tom Riegel, and he went after it. He's just a little too late.
Well, I'll tell you, Chris was the one that did such a fine job yesterday on Novoselic from home, and he's such a great competitor. And he's a 5'11" senior. He's one of their leaders.
Yeah, he really played some great defense, shutting down Holman's leading scorer, James Vosick, as Pat just alluded to. Conway out of the game now. Mike Martin back in for the Cheesemakers. Put in a little size and take out a little speed.
Exactly what they're doing. The offensive defensive substitution right now. They're still 226. If they miss this free throw, get a 3. And he makes it.
Hazowitz delivers that time. .69% on the year from the line. 2 for 2 that time.
Big free throws right there. So stops Monroe's run here a little bit.
Comes Dignan. Trap. Oh, what a pass. And Brett Davis finally makes the shot. Excuse me, his second shot, but that was an awful tough one.
If we can get a replay of that, we'll just let the people watch that. Pretty hard to describe that.
And the Panthers call a timeout in the wave of that defense. Bill Dean, his Cheesemakers are within 10 with over 2 minutes to go. Our 1991 state championships will continue after these words from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinics and Senex Land O'Lakes. This is your WIAA network station. Chris Roth along with Pat Hammond. 2:07 to go until a Division II champion is crowned, and the Cheesemakers making it interesting.
That's right. Great competitors, like I said before, and they're still a shot here. There's a lot of time left, 2:07.
Their main man, Joe Dignan, has 25 points, 10 here in the fourth quarter as this comeback is being mounted. It was a 16-point deficit.
Nice job of breaking the full court double team pressure by Monroe there.
Easier to do with Jeff Davis and Brian Trottier in the game. We're going to have a foul here as they tried to trap Hazowitz.
One thing that Wilmot has, as we talked about before, they got 3 excellent ball handlers in the game with Davis and Trottier and Riga.
Chris Larson picks up the foul, so Hazowitz back to the line. He just made 2. Ayin into the game. Conway coming out.
Substitution patterns are working very well for Monroe, Chris. You know, every time they stop on their end, they switch players. And
Panthers need to miss free throws for the Cheesemakers. Hazowitz won't have any of it. 3 of his last 3.
Big free throws, big free throws.
And as we said earlier in the broadcast, free throws win championships. And right now the Panthers have hit on 7 of 8 here in the fourth quarter.
That's right.
And you know the Cheesemakers are going to send them to the line.
Make that 8 out of 9. A little trap coming up here right now. Try and change the tempo. They come across. A little trap by Wilmot.
Larson gets it off to Davis. His brother Brian. In and out. Slapped away. Davis, that little lefty hook for a 5'8 guy.
They got a timeout right away.
That's 2 left-handed hooks for Brett Davis. It's a 10-point margin.
We got 1:37 to go here. Nice play. Keep it alive. Nice little left-handed hook shot in. Hits the front of the rim and goes.
And our 1991 state championships will continue after these words from our statewide sponsors, Marshfield Clinic and Senex Land O'Lakes. This is your WIAA network station. Cheesemakers mounting a charge. They're within 10, and they can't seem to get it under that, folks.
No, they're making their free throws on there then. You know, they made 8 out of 9, but they have 2 timeouts left, and Wilmot has 3, so we're going to see a lot of basketball at 1:37, and they go for the home run.
Rigo busted out, but he couldn't hold on to it, and Brett Davis knocks it away.
Great hustle by Davis. Almost saved that basketball.
Cheesemakers are shooting 70% from the field here in the fourth quarter, and that's one reason why they've chipped into this lead. We'll have to find out if they can get any closer. It's 10 points. Hazowitz all alone. Dignan gets him from behind as Hazowitz was breaking loose. And this is an important foul for the Cheesemakers because it's number 4 on Dignan.
Great pass with Jeff Davis, and now we're going to the free throw line here, and he's 4 for 4. Good foul. They want to give him the layup.
And on the other hand, a bad foul for Dignan. But with 1:29 to go, you just got to play it out.
That's right. It's state championship finals right here, right now. There's no more games. No sense saving it for tomorrow.
And there'll be no more games for Joe Dignan. He is a senior, and his career will come to an end. 6 straight from the charity stripe for Greg Pazowitz.
I needed every one of them, too, because Monroe's been answering every time down the floor. If they're missing these free throws, it'll be different.
Davis for 3. No good. He gets it back inside to Dignan. And I believe it's Chris Ward as he went for the block, and that's foul number 4 on Ward.
Boy, give these Monroe kids credit. They're banging on the boards, working hard.
Little Brian Davis went in there, and then it was Brett, a no-look dish to Dignan.
Nice job of keeping that ball alive, Chris, on the boards there.
Oh, 5'10" Brian Davis was up there, I believe, with Pazowitz.
You're right, you get a good point. They just can't seem to crack that 10. They're making 6 for 6 free throws at one stretch, and then they come on down, and Monroe gets back to 10 again.
And that's where we are now, as Dignan delivers his 27th.
They need a steal here. But there's that senior leadership. They break the press.
Oh, and all alone, McKay.
Oh, nice left-handed shot by McKay.
Yeah, and he got bumped a bit, too. Dignan from way outside. Air ball. But Corky McKay couldn't lay off. It was just too tantalizing.
Yep, that's true.
Here comes Eric Ayen. Cheesemakers need a bundle. Lob into Ayen. He'll go up. Shot the 5-footer from 4. And then we got a jump ball, and it's back to the Cheesemakers.
Another substitution here now.
And it's Conway and Ayen as they continue to juggle back and forth. 55 seconds to go here in our Division II state championship. Little Brett Davis, and he walks. Cheesemakers want time to talk it over and find out what's in their bag of tricks. I need something, and I think I see what their bag of tricks will be. Coach Bill Dean has thrown up the white flag.
Well, I think he's going to let the other players play right now. It's 12 points, 54 seconds. It's 3-4 possessions, and Monroe just had a tremendous run. You know, we have to give those kids credit, and he's going to let the other boys get a chance to play in the state tournament. A tremendous dream by everybody that plays the game of basketball.
Yeah, Cheesemakers started out 0-4 this year. They had only 4 wins last year. They went 17-4 after that. They've won 9 straight ball games coming into this contest. But they have wilted on the pressure of the Panthers.
There's a nice pass, the ball in the middle. Now watch this pass again by Jeff Davis.
And watch the shot by Corky McKay. Yeah, just kind of hoisted up there.
Yeah, left-handed too there, but then left-handed.
That put the margin at 12, and the Wilmot Panthers, undefeated, soon to be 27-0 and state champions.
So ranked #1 in the state, and a lot of pressure on them coming in, and they have this excellent basketball team.
Yeah, you talked to them before this all started here in the field house, and people wanted to know, gee, would you rather have a loss so there's not that pressure and kind of get that thing out of the way? They said, forget about it. We want to be undefeated.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. And again, they've got some great leadership, especially when the 2 senior guys went to the bench, and Luke Riegel took over and did a nice job.
Let's get some of the guys into the game now for Coach Bill Dean. Kevin Grotz, Stan Flepping, Brian Kubley, and on the other side, it's the Wilmot seniors who will go out with a state championship all but around their necks. The Wilmot Panthers and the seniors, guys like Luke Riegel and Jeff Davis, Chris Trottier, Pazowitz. What a tremendous run they've had this year, and they're going to cap it off in the grandest of fashions, Coach.
This is good. This is a great move by Coach Riegel, too. He saw what Coach Green did, and he substituted. Instead of leaving, he had all 5 starters on the floor. He saw what he did. They took a timeout immediately, and then they came back and subbed. That's just a class act right there.
Yeah, when Coach Bill Dean emptied the bench, he kind of looked over and Coach Riegel kind of smiled and said, you got me today, Coach. I'm going to let my kids play, and of course, Coach Riegel does the same thing.
Like I said before, that's nice to see. And a lot of kids that, you know, put their time in practice, don't get a lot of time to play, and they want to be part of this as much as anybody.
In the background, number 25, Joe Dignan. What a remarkable player he is, and it's going to come to an end on a losing note, but no fault of his own. He played hard. He just came up against a tougher Panthers team.
Well, he's got nothing to be ashamed of. Like we said, he's gone from 5'7" and 90 pounds to about 5'11" junior, 4 and 17 to 6'2" senior, and end up he's 18 and 8, 18 and 9. And
oh, a great open field tackle by Brian Kubley as Courtney McKay goes down hard. Excuse me, Rob Wilmot is the one that bit the dust. That's pass interference, isn't it, Coach?
I think so.
He
Yeah.
works football games.
Yes, I do.
Before.
I work high school and college football. Little interference right there.
Got to give him room to catch the ball, eh?
Got to give him to come down.
Oh, so it's a first down for the Panthers. Automatic as Wilmot goes to the line, and he'll try and get in the scoring column.
Well, that's important too. They'll save these box scores the rest of their life, and from this 1-1.
Rob Wilmot, a senior, and he'll remember this. And even the guys on the bench continue the hot free throw shooting. Wilmot has missed just one. And, of course, when you say it, they miss it. Rebound to Kevin Grotz. He's in the game along with Matt Eakins and Mike Martin. Brian Kubley, as we mentioned.
Well, they got his name in the book, and out he comes. They get a couple more guys in the game here now.
Yeah, you got your points. Let somebody else score, right?
That's right. 1 for 2. He said, you missed it. You're out of there.
Brad Richter and Will Tobin in the basket. There
Nice
for
move
the
on the blocks
Cheesemakers by Kevin Grotz, I believe. Trying to get all these names right so the families at home know their kids are on TV. And look at the steal. Here comes little Brian Kubley.
And he scores.
And it's a 10-point game, but only 22 seconds left to go. Oh, and a travel on Chris Seep. So the Cheesemakers will get it back, and the subs are having a ball.
And the nice thing about this, they're still working very hard. There's not gotten any real racehorse, crazy basketball. They're still, playing hard, and that's a credit to both subs on both teams.
Matt Eakins, he'll try and get in the column. And he'll have a chance from the line. He is fouled by Brad Richter.
Well, Brad's in the book now, too.
Also in the game, Bob Holtz, number 52. Will Tobin, as we mentioned, Chris Seep, and Matt Texador for the Panthers. And we mentioned the Cheesemaker players, and Matt Eakins played on that football championship team this past fall. He won't have a basketball medal, but he's got a football medal.
That's right. They're going to get a medal tonight, too, though, so that'll be great for him.
In and out. Eakins didn't get him. 8 seconds. The Panthers 27-0 and Division II state champ. Salutes the undefeated Wilmot Panthers, 27-0 Division II state champions. They beat the Monroe Cheesemakers 73-64 to win the school's second basketball championship. They won it in '84 and they win it here in '91 for Coach Tom Regal. Our action in the 1991 WIAA State Basketball Championships will continue after these messages from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station.